The real-life Kutch was the star of the night on Andrew McCutchen Action Figure Night at PNC as the Bucks leadoff hitter sparked the Pirates offense to a 7-run outburst. Plenty of O for Clint Hurdle's all-in guy Jeff Karstens, who notched the win pitching a strong 6. The Bucks' most impressive starter in April has been Kevin Correa. He is going for the 4th win of the season on an Easter Sunday from the Berg. Game 2 against the Nats is next on Root Sports. Lots of folks making their way into PNC Park on this Easter Sunday, looking to enjoy a holiday ball game and another win perhaps for the Bucks as they took Game 1 of this set last night, and today we get you ready for Game 2, the 3-game series, the Pirates and the Washington Nationals. And happy Easter, everybody. With Bob Walk, I'm Tim Never. Just a few of our friends who are coming to the game today with us as well. One of our friends last night, Andrew McCutchen, had himself a very good night from the leadoff spot.
Yeah, yes, he did. He's been moved into that leadoff spot, and he really is thriving right there. I think he could hit and do a great job no matter where he is in a rotation. But when he is in that leadoff spot, that great speed is, the way he can go from first to third, first to home, is really unmatched by anybody else on our club, including Tabata, who also, of course, runs well.
We look at the pitching matchup, first starting with Kevin Correa. He is our PNC achievement today. For the achiever in you, Kevin Correa looking for his 4th win here in the month of April.
Yeah, he's really good. Come on and become an ace of this staff. I really don't know if we thought we were getting an ace-type guy when we got him, but he is pitching like a top-of-the-rotation starting pitcher, and as long as he continues this, he might have an all-star game in his future, and definitely we're going to have a lot more wins in our future as a team.
Kevin Correa going for the Bucks. For the Nationals, it's right-hander Jason Marquis. As we count you down to the first pitch here today, we've got a special message from all of our friends here at PNC Park to you. Happy Easter. Let's go Bucks. With Bob Walk, Tim Neverett getting set to get this one underway as Kevin Correa faces Danny Espinosa, the switch hitter, batting left-handed, takes high for a ball. Easter Sunday, and girls in their Easter outfits here at the ballpark today. They all got their Build-A-Bunnies. A lot of kids having fun already.
The bunny's very popular all over the park.
There's a strike call to Espinosa.
There's Correa's numbers this season. Not too shabby. Look at the walks and hits per innings pitched. Less than one.
He's got 2 strikes on Espinosa now. Espinosa last night went 0 for 4. Hitting .254 coming into action today. Leads all rookies in the National League with 15 runs batted in. That's a pretty good start for Espinosa. An excellent start for him. 1-2 pitch. That's high.
Especially being a leadoff man.
Well, when you look at the rookie number for RBIs, the modern day record is 90. Dan Uggla did that in his rookie season with the Marlins. And Espinosa seems to be on pace to get there. Darren Barney of the Cubs chasing him with 10. And Freddie Freeman of the Braves. Don't sleep on Freddie Freeman. He's got 8 right now, but very good looking young player. Came up last year at the end of the year. 2-2. And he struck him out. And a good start. As Espinosa strikes out. Rest of the Nationals lineup sent out by manager Jim Riggleman. Just saw Espinosa strike out. Rick Ankiel hitting second. Jason Worth and right. Adam LaRoche hitting cleanup. And Morse. Hairston's back at third base today. Pudge Rodriguez behind the plate. Alex Cora in at shortstop hitting 8th. And Jason Marquis doing the pitching and batting 9th. Not a bad hitting pitcher either. And Ankiel shows bunt, takes a strike.
2 nights in a row they've had pretty good bats in that 9th spot. Ivan Hernandez throughout his career has been a pretty good hitter. This guy is a pretty good hitting pitcher at one time.
Now he's just a good hitting hitter. Well, when you look at the averages in the Nationals lineup today, Marquis, the pitcher, has the highest batting average of anybody. He's 2 out of 7. Hasn't had nearly as many at bats, but still a pretty good hitting pitcher. And Keel bunts this one. That is going to be a fair ball. And out is Ankiel.
That was close. Looked like ball might have died right on the edge of the chalk.
Home plate umpire Kerwin Danley all over that.
Yeah, an easy one for him to see, that's for sure. He is right there on top of it. Yeah, ball right on the chalk line. Fair ball.
2 down quickly in the top half of the first inning. The Nationals this year in the first inning have scored a total of 3 runs. First inning's not been their inning. Jason Worth homered last night. His 3rd one of the year, his 5th run batted in. It was a solo shot.
You can kind of understand that with the look at the RBIs that the middle of their lineup doesn't have. All their RBIs are at the top of the lineup. With Espinosa, there's nobody for him to knock in that first inning.
Getting all of his RBIs the 2nd, 3rd, 4th time around. Pitch to Worth, 1-1. Taken low, 2 balls and a strike. Worth had the home run in the 4th inning in the game last night. That's a pile of bunnies.
Started, there was just one bunny there when the game started. They multiplied.
One car seat for the one bunny. Now they're all sharing it.
Did you say take a picture?
Yeah. 2-2 to Worth. Toward the middle. And Walker behind the bag. Sets his feet. Fires on the first, and he got it. A 1-2-3, top of the first for Kevin Correa.
Sports is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucks!
Welcome back to PNC Park here on Easter Sunday. Bob's tips to win, brought to you by Rivers Casino. What do you say?
Well, take a hit early. We did a great job last night after seeing our offense dominated down in Florida. They put up that 5 spot early on. I think that's important today. Get off to a good start. We have the high card where we talked about Correa. He's pitching like an ace right now. And a couple of guys really hot in that bullpen, too, if he needs some help. Resop, last night we saw him come in, do a great job, save Karsten's runs. Veras is pitching very well, coming out of the pen in that 7th inning area. So we're set up nice on the pitching department this afternoon.
The pitching thing.
The pitching thing.
That works, too. One strike. Here's Jason Marquis for the Nationals.
His numbers aren't too bad this year either. Not quite as good as Correa's, but still nothing to sneeze at.
Well, the 1-1 on the way. And McCutchen hits this one well to left field. This one going back, and this one is off the wall. And McCutchen will pull in with a leadoff double. Morris just kept on going back, and he ran out of room, and the ball right off the wall, and McCutchen in for his 4th double of the season.
Coming off the bat, the way the wind is blowing out that direction, I kind of thought that ball wasn't going to have any problem getting out of here. Didn't quite make it. A little above the knees, right down the middle.
Ball out of the reach of Morris. Look at the way he had to turn and go after it. Ball tailing just a little.
Yeah, he made some big ass turn going after that ball. That wind maybe didn't carry it over the fence, but moved it around a little bit.
Jose Tabata, an RBI chance. Comes into action hitting .289. McCutchen with his 4th 2-bagger.
He's going to be trying to hit the ball that right side right now. Move McCutchen over, and that's where he's real strong, and he gets a lot of his hits over there anyway.
That's where it goes, to the right side. Adam LaRoche will handle it himself. Jose Tabata does the job, and he moves McCutchen down to 3rd base. Clint Hurdle's lineup brought to you by Toyota. McCutchen and Tabata have already done their work. Lyle Overbay is walking to the plate now. Walker at cleanup. Jones, Alvarez, Chris Snyder doing the catching today. Ronnie Cedeno hitting 8th. Had a couple of hits last night. Kevin Correa will bat 9th and do the pitching. Overbay with 5 doubles on the year. Talked to him in the clubhouse today. He said he feels like the doubles are coming. The average is better than 30 doubles a season. He's off to a good start with 5 here in April. Takes ball 1. Facing a right-hander again today, Jason Marquis. So the 1-0 on the way. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Excellent opportunity to take that early lead here now. Infield playing back.
They're conceding the run on the right side and at short.
Some of the best speed in the league. Just 90 feet away. 80 feet with that lead.
He doesn't have to run that far. And Marquis being very careful with Overbay. Neil Walker's on deck. See what Marquis comes in with here. 32-year-old Jason Marquis out of Manhasset, New York. And gets a strike on the outside corner. Marquis came up with the Atlanta Braves and used his time well there to pick the brains of guys like Maddox, Glavine. Nice Easter lunch. There's ball 4. Jason Marquis was with Colorado. Clint Hurdle was there just before he was let go as manager, and he knows Jason pretty well. And like the work ethic that he brought to the ballpark.
I had Jason for the only 2 months I was there in Colorado, and he was very, very good. Went on to make the All-Star team that season. So he's going to sink the ball. He's going to throw his slider to right-handers in traffic. He's going to throw his changeup to left-handers in traffic. He'll throw the comebacker over the inside part of the plate to left-handers, the comebacker away to right-handers, and try and use both sides of the plate. Going to try and pitch down. A very good athlete. Also can he loves to play ball. He's a ball player. He loves to hit. He'll drop a head first slide on you. I mean, in a heartbeat.
Clint Hurdle very familiar with Jason Marquis. Neil Walker's at the plate trying to break an 0-for-13 streak. Runners at the corners and 1 out.
Walker's got to be looking for some change-ups here. Marquis in traffic right now.
Marquis will throw that change. He'll throw cut pass ball. Throwing Danley behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes. Paul Nauert at first, Doug Eddings at second. Dana DeMuth, the crew chief, rather, is out there at third. 1-1 to Neil Walker. Marquis' pitch. That's a base hit, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Neil Walker ends that mini slump he was in, and McCutchen scores. And the Pirates on the board first this afternoon.
Take a look at the Range Resources strike zone, and you can see that Walker just extended the strike zone a little bit. It took that pitch the other direction. Probably wanted to hit the ball that way anyway, as he was looking maybe to elevate it, get it in the air. It's always easier to do when you go the other direction. Didn't get it in the air, but certainly hit it sharply right into that shortstop third base hole.
1 out, 2 on for Garrett Jones. Ball 1. It's inside and low to Garrett.
But if you get a little over anxious and you reach out and you try to pull that pitch away, that's what the pitcher's trying to get you to do. That's why he's throwing it out there. He wants you to try and pull the ball away, roll over on it, and give him that ground ball where he can get 2 outs, get out of the inning without giving up a run. Walker said, "No way, I'm going with the pitch."
Andrew McCutchen picking up where he left off last night.
He set the table.
And Tabata with an important out. I mean, a purposeful out. Did exactly what he was supposed to do. Hit the ball to the right side, move the man from second to third. And Jones up in the air to shallow left. Morse drifting back. And there are now 2 down.
Tabata, a very smart ball player. He really has a grasp of the situations. He has a game plan when he goes up there. He knows what's expected of him, what he should be trying to do with his at-bat. And right there, lead-off double start the game. He had to get that runner to third base. If he got a base hit to right, great. But if he didn't, as you said, that's a positive out. Get something done with it.
As long as somebody's moving up, it's a good out. And that's one thing Clint talked a lot about when he first got the job here in Pittsburgh, the difference between making good outs and making bad outs. You've got to make the most of the outs that you do make. At least get something out of it if you have to make an out. Pedro last night drove in a run, but he was 0 for 4. He swung the bat well late in the series against the Florida Marlins. That's a great accessory for any cat. I'd like to be sitting behind those.
That's also the antenna for our roving camera.
Is that right? Yeah. 1-1 pitch. And Pedro slowly hit towards short. Alex Cora up with it. And safe is Pedro. I don't know if you could hear Pedro, but he said safe, made the safe sign. And the first base umpire, Paul Nauert, responded in kind. And now the bases are loaded with 2 down.
Where was Cora on the ground ball? He was breaking to the bag, wasn't he? Look at him.
Yeah, he broke towards second.
What was he doing? But that's why Pedro was safe on a routine ground ball. Is Cora, he broke to the bag like the ball was hit over the pitcher's mound. Yes, you are, Pedro. You're right.
Safe.
You are safe.
So Marquis not too happy about it.
Look at him looking at Cora. Give him a little glance like, what was going on there?
So Alvarez loads him up. Bases full of Buccos here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Pirates. An RBI single by Neil Walker, driving in Andrew McCutchen. Now a chance for Chris Snyder. Snyder didn't play in last night's game. Ryan Doman had the catching duties. And Snyder's in there today. And a strike is called.
Who's out there?
Well, you got Lyle Overbay at third. And Neil Walker at second base. Over at first base, El Toro.
All righty, knock at least one of them in here. 2 would be great. Get a crooked number on the board in the first inning like we did yesterday.
The 0-1 pitch. It's outside. Good fastball. 91 miles an hour. And the count even to Snyder. 1 ball, 1 strike. .326 career with the bases full. Marquis 1 ball, 1 strike delivery is outside 2-1. Chris Snyder, when he came up after the rehab stint in Single A, swinging a good bat to start his season. Granted, he started a couple of weeks later than everybody else, but still to start his season, he's been doing pretty well. Marquis getting his signs from Pudge Rodriguez today. And a 2-1. Fouled off, count even. Snyder said that when he was in Double-A, one of his highlights was catching Randy Johnson. Well, he was a minor leaguer in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, and Johnson a big leaguer. One of the hardest throwing guys ever to play the game. I guess as a minor leaguer coming up, that's what you want to do. You want to see what you can do in terms of handling a pitcher like that. And Snyder really loved the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, you want to catch those Hall of Famers. Just for nothing else, and just see what made them a Hall of Famer. What were they like?
So here comes the 2 ball, 2 strike pitch toward third base. Handling it as Hairston will get the out there. So it took 24 pitches for Jason Marquis to get out of the first inning. Bucks on the board with a 1-0 lead. Pitching in the top of the second inning. He's been pitching pretty well. Barrel League leaders will show you. The National League leaders in WHIP, walks, hits per innings pitched. Josh Johnson of the Marlins. Pirates got a dose of him the other day. Kyle Loesch of St. Louis, Roy Oswalt, and then there's Kevin Correa. 0.97. Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. WHIP, one of the sabermetrics that a lot of baseball people look at. Today being a sabermetric Sunday, we're going to give you another metric here in just a little bit. Adam LaRoche up there, infield shifted with Walker playing out in short right field. And the left side wide open for Adam.
And Adam, after one of those slow Aprils, just 6 RBIs.
2 balls, no strikes to LaRoche.
But it's not just Adam. The Nationals off to a really slow start offensively as a team.
Correa 3 times delivers a ball to LaRoche. He does not want to walk the leadoff man here. He's got Michael Morse on deck. Jim Riggleman, the skipper. Got to have some concerns about his team's slow start. Three balls and 1 strike to LaRoche. To the right side, and charging from the outfield grass is Neil Walker. It's twice so far in the series that has paid off with the defensive shift. Well, it is a sabermetric Sunday, and each Sunday we try to teach you a different sabermetric. This week, isolated power. ISO, it's a measure of a hitter's raw power in terms of extra bases per at bat.
Yeah, this was a new one on me. I had to kind of do a little research today. I even went and talked to Neil Huntington about it. You know, basically, you just subtract the batting average off somebody's slugging percentage. Gives you a
oh, and a fair ball
inside the bag.
Yeah, that dribbles into right field, but just a base hit.
Yeah, it takes you know, all the basically your singles out of there, and now we're just talking about how many extra bases somebody gets. They give you an idea on their power. Not a lot of power here. Just tapped just inside the bag.
Seeing a single for Michael Morse. Yes, if you want to figure out the ISO, you can go doubles plus triples times 2 plus home runs times 3 divided by at bats.
Or you can subtract the batting average from
slugging percentage.
Yeah,
it's a little easier.
So, you know, home runs worth 3 instead of 4. Doubles worth 2. No, doubles worth 1. Triples worth 2. Home runs worth 3.
Jerry Hairston Jr. playing in place of Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman is supposed to get reevaluated on Tuesday. He's got the strained abdominal that's been keeping him out. It's a bad injury for a baseball player to have. A lot of the motion that you make as a ball player, whether you're fielding, throwing, or hitting, revolves around the core and your abdominals. So he's in a little bit of a tough spot right now. So Zimmerman is out and could be out for another little while. First base. And back is Morse. Nationals did make a roster move today as they sent Colin Ballister out and reactivated relief pitcher Todd Coffey. It's one of Bob's favorite pitchers. Todd Coffey. 1-1 pitch. Line drive left field. Here comes Tabata, and he keeps it in front of him, and nobody will be able to advance past second base. So a base hit for Hairston. Back-to-back singles here in the second inning.
That one was hit rather well. Too hot to handle out there for Tabata.
He had thoughts of coming on for it, then realized he wasn't going to be able to get to it. The best he could do was to keep it in front of him.
Yeah, got it up on his chest. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't let that ball get by. Didn't.
Now, Pudge Rodriguez. This guy's had himself a career. Doesn't seem like he's slowing down anytime soon. He's 39 years of age. He won't be 40 until the 30th of November. He's out of Puerto Rico. He's taking part in the World Baseball Classic, representing Puerto Rico. Long time with Texas. A year with Florida. 5 years with Detroit. Yankees, Houston, now Washington. And another stint with Texas mixed in the between Houston and Washington. 2,500 games played. 0-2 to Pudge Rodriguez. 2 on, 1 out. Correa just missed 1-2. He wants a hit. That's what he wants.
That's being way too serious for Easter.
Yeah, that's too serious. Oh, Alex Cora, who was out of the on-deck circle and sneaking over behind the plate, almost got sliced with that one.
You see a lot of hitters do that sometimes. They'll move over. They're trying to get some kind of a better look at the pitcher.
The count stays 1-2.
Over in that same spot. See where he's standing?
He's on the grass behind the plate. To the right side, and Walker will take the out at first. And the runners move up. Morse down to third base. Harrison over to second. 4-3 goes the put out. And there are 2 away for the shortstop, Alex Cora.
Bay started to go after that ball at first. Realized that Walker's there. Ideally, you would like Walker yelling at him so he doesn't have to see anything. He can concentrate on the baseball and then hear Walker yelling, "I got it," so he knows to stop and get over to the bat. The other day he was a little late getting over there on a similar play.
Well, Overbay's been a steadying presence at first base this year. There's a ground ball right into the glove of Correa. Quick toss to first, and that does it. Nothing across for the Nationals. 2 hits, 2 left. Through an inning and a half. It's the Bucks 1, Nats nothing. His own cause. Down to the bottom of the second now. Catcher Chris Snyder and pitching coach Ray Sirage in on the conversation. kind of conversation goes on?
I never had one. I don't know. I went straight to the clubhouse when I came off the mound.
Did you really? Didn't bother with anybody?
Went straight to the clubhouse. Unless I was going to hit, then I went to the on-deck circle and grabbed a bat. Never had any of those conversations. I don't know what they're about.
Well, you were the exception and not the rule, then.
No, maybe back then I wouldn't say I was an exception. There was much less jabbering going on. You know, there's a lot of talking that goes on nowadays. I agree with you. It's almost every time we shoot a dugout anywhere, the pitchers are always talking.
Cedeno has had success against Marquis and tries to continue it here. Marquis might have got a piece of that. Espinosa throws him out.
I remember Doug, he used to sit at the absolute last, farthest end of the dugout, try to get away from everybody. He would have his little water bottle down there. That was back before guys had water bottles. He was the first one I seen had his own little water bottle, and he'd sit at the far end. He wanted to get away from everybody and not talk to anybody.
Correa looking for his first hit of 2011.
I'd go in and sit and watch the game on TV because it's 2 outs and then I'd come out. I want to hear what the announcers were saying.
I want to make sure they weren't ripping you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was in there for.
That's got to be a priority.
Got to have your priorities right.
If you served up a couple, you wanted to go find out what they were talking about.
I've always been kind of a pacer. I didn't like sitting there on the bench. We'll pace around a little bit in the clubhouse. Maybe get a drink in there.
You probably hoped you were leading off in the inning, so you had something to do when you came in. Correa pops it back out of play.
I like to hit third in an inning. Because if you got anything going on, now I'm up there where I can do something positive and sacrifice. And if we don't have anything on, then I'm up there with 2 outs, nobody on, and I'm not going to hurt the inning. The inning's already going nowhere. so I always thought third is a good place for a pitcher to hit. You're in a position where you can sacrifice, or you're in a position where you're not going to hurt anything.
Think about all those runs you could have driven in, Bob.
Hitting third, yeah. No, I would have been bunting all the time.
Up in the air to shallow center. And McCann Keel takes care of it. There's 2 down. Well, you can follow the Pirates with the MLB.com @Bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. That's one of the devices that we'll perhaps work on. Here's another.
The world is full of devices.
It was neat during the last homestand as a guy caught a home run ball out in the right field bleachers, and then he had the at-bat app and then was watching himself on it catch the fly ball. Speaking of pacers, there's one.
Even the Parrot has devices.
He's got a cell phone he carries with him from time to time. He's trying to shake things up. And McCutchen down on strikes. And the Pirates gone in order in the second. This is Pirates baseball on Root Sports.
We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks! is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Take a look at our Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. April 24th, 1990, Doug Graybeck hit his first Major League home run and pitched 7 shutout innings in a Pirates 4-1 win in San Francisco. Thanks to our friends at Day Automotive. Another good hitting pitcher at the plate right now, Jason Marquis. Right-handed guy, but bats left-handed. Protects that pitching elbow by wearing the pad. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marquis. He had been used at times with other ball clubs as a pinch hitter. And on certain days as a pinch runner. Sometimes starting pitchers will be used in that manner. And he drives one on the ground to right center for a base hit.
Like Mike Hampton, who retired this winter. Same type guy, very athletic, left-hand hitter. Really a great base runner too. Hampton used to try and steal bases. It wasn't uncommon to see him take off. A high fastball that he got on top of.
Leadoff man is aboard for Washington in the 3rd. And a strike to Danny Espinosa. Switch hitting second baseman struck out swinging in the 1st inning. Now at 250. Again, he leads all Major League or National League rookies with 15 runs batted in. Kevin Correa trying to get a victory today. He's got a way to go. If he does, he'd be the first Pirate since Jeff Suppan in 2003 to win 4 games in April. Prior to today, Correa had appeared in 10 games against the Nationals, started 3 of them, and has a career record against Washington of 2-1. And that one's going to make it to center field on a base hit, and Marquis will head for 3rd base. And the Nationals now the tying run 90 feet away.
We'll see too many pitchers go from 1st to 3rd. And that single to center field. No hesitation at all on Marquis' part. Good secondary lead. Took off. Sees it on the ground. You don't have to be, have this great speed or anything to be a good, solid base runner. And as John Wehner has pointed out to me, it's actually more important for the guys that don't have the great speed to be the good solid base runners. They should do it better than anybody else.
Rick Ankiel had a win at Three River Stadium for the Cardinals against the Pirates back in 2000. A little dribbler up the right side, foul. There's a guy whose career has come leaps and bounds from where it started.
We were talking about this for about an inning and a half over on the radio side last night. It's one of the greatest things I've seen in baseball. It's just amazing when you actually sit and think about what Rick Ankiel was able to accomplish. He went from being one of the better pitchers in the league to becoming a very good everyday outfielder. You'll never see that happen again.
It's an amazing story, and it's talked about every time people see him play, and thought about every time people watch him play.
It's incredible. It might be the most. We were thinking about that, and I come up with the thought of it. It's almost like he changed sports. I mean, that's how big the change is. And so then I thought, there might be one thing that might be more impressive than what Ankiel did, and that might be Bo Jackson being a top of the line player in 2 leagues simultaneously. That might be the only thing that I could think of that was more impressive than what Ankiel had accomplished.
Don't forget, not to try to top you on it, but Deion Sanders was one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He was
and a very average ball
pretty
player.
good ball player.
He was an average ball. Bo Jackson, to me, I played against both of them. Bo Jackson was head and shoulders
but the one
a
thing,
better baseball player.
One thing that impressed me about Sanders was the fact that he played in an NFL game and a Major League playoff game in the same day in 2 different cities.
Well, that's just a plane flight.
It was a helicopter.
But what I'm saying is, Bo Jackson was a absolute dominant player in both sports at the same time, and that is incredible to me.
There goes the runner Espinosa. Throw down is not in time to get him. Stolen base for Danny Espinosa. That's his first one.
The impact that Bo Jackson had on a baseball game and a football game, just incredible. There you see the steal. Marquis hoping that throw went into center field.
So now the Nationals are threatening. Nobody out. Full count on Ankiel, and time is gone. Ankiel waits for the payoff pitch from Kevin Correa. He walked him, and the bases are loaded, and now Correa in trouble. Nobody out, and the bases are full for Washington. And you've got a good power hitter in Jason Worth coming to the plate, with homered in last night's game.
You're hoping to keep the ball out of the air here. Just get him on the ground somewhere. Remember, we were talking earlier about throwing a ball on the outside part of the plate and hoping the hitter tries to pull it. And that'll be part of the strategy, I would think, that Correa would use right here. Especially if he gets a Worth to where he's behind in a count to him. And Worth maybe starts trying to pull the ball. There it is.
Down to third. They come to the plate to get one, and that's the one they'll take. No other throw available for Snyder, but a quick alert throw by Pedro Alvarez forces the runner out of the plate. And with one out, bases are still loaded.
That ball was hit very hard. I'm not sure what he should have done there, but I'm thinking that a double play would be more appropriate than trying to get the runner at home.
Trade the 2 for 1 here.
Hey, at this stage of the ball game, yeah, I would have liked to see him try and do that. We'll see how it works out. The inning ends, and it's still 1-0. Well, then obviously he made the right move.
And LaRoche is a double play candidate.
Yeah, that's for certain. If you can get Gabe to put one on the ground. Adam is not fast.
This one is flared foul to no man's land. That'll be a strike, 1-1. Well, LaRoche has reached base in 15 of 17 games. He's been able to get on base. They get shy when the cameras are on.
I'm probably talking a mile a minute before the camera went on.
I see that red light on top of the camera go on. Oops, I better behave. Strike 2.
Nicely done. Take a look on the Range Resources strike zone. Right there on the outside corner. Perfect pitch.
Another good Easter outfit. Big pitch for Correa. Almost got it. Just missed on the inside edge of the plate. Evens the count at 2-2 to Adam.
There it is again. Look again at the Range Resources strike zone. You can see that ball was indeed probably a good 3 inches or so inside. ground ball to Walker here.
And the ground ball foul at the first base side. Thanks for all you do. So one down, base is still loaded for the Washington Nationals. 2-2 on LaRoche. Adam is one of 5 major league first basemen to have 20-plus home runs in each season from 05 through 010. Albert Pujols, Mark Teixeira, Paul Konerko, Ryan Howard are the other 4. So that's a pretty exclusive group. And time is called. Snyder wants to make sure Kevin Correa gets this one right.
Oh, they must be having a disagreement about something here.
These are all guys who have been in a Bucco uniform. We're with the Nationals right now.
Trent Jewett's over there somewhere too, isn't he? One of the coaches.
Jim Lett, his bullpen coach, was here as a bench coach under Tracy. Overbay will take the out at first, and they'll trade the out for the run there. So 2 men out. Grounding out is LaRoche, but he does get the run in, and it's a 1-1 game. Espinosa scores. RBI number 7 for Adam LaRoche. Keel down to third, Worth to second base, and Mike Morse the hitter. And Morse fouls this one away. I saw Trent's house in the one he used to stay at in Bradenton on Anna Maria Island. Near the convenience store there. Looked at that a year or 2 ago. Nice digs he had when he was in spring training. One outside, 1-1 to Morse. The weather,
We'll be very careful right now with Morse. You're almost out of this inning. Can't be giving in. Every pitch has to be perfect.
That'll be
very
a swing.
nice.
He got a piece of it too.
Tied him up on his hands. The velocity is not a whole lot, 89 mile an hour, but it's all about the location. Morse just cannot get out there.
Correa ahead 1-2. Stays that way.
Look how he's right at the edge of the zone, in and out, in and out. He definitely is a pitcher. Some guys go out there and they don't really do a lot of thinking. I don't believe that they just are throwing the baseball. But Correa knows what he wants to do, and accomplishes it most of the time.
Got to put the hex on the hitter. Hex starting again from the Parrot and Friends. 2-2 to Mike Morse. Correa looked back at second, now comes home. And this one up in the air to left and deep. Tabata won't get it, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Mike Morse. And now the Nationals with a 4-1 lead. He got into that 2-strike pitch and drove it out to deep left.
Where's the location on this one? Range Resources. The Range Resource strike zone puts that right on the inside. I think that was supposed to be a slider by the look of the spin, and it just didn't break. so it didn't really have a whole lot on it velocity-wise, and Morse was able to crack the code and get the head of the bat out to the ball.
Ray Searage out for a word with Kevin Correa. Third home run Correa's given up this season.
Now, I do know something about those talks out on the mound.
You've had a few of those.
I've had
well,
a few of those.
Nowhere to hide out there.
Yeah, this one is kind of one of those. There's a lot of game to be played. You know, stop 'em right now. We'll be okay. That little pep talk is what that one's about.
Rally killer, home run.
Yep. You know, you think back, you know, the decisions you make. Do you go for double play? Do you try and stop the run at home? In this case, it didn't work out.
1 ball, no strikes to Jerry Hairston. He had a line shot single to left in the second inning. Popped up, backing on a play, and it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Hairston. Hairston spent some time with the Cubs and the Padres. Long time with the Baltimore Orioles. Now here working as a utility player in Washington. Pirates will visit the Nats twice. Once in May for a 2-game set, once in July for a 3-gamer. 1-1. And he takes strike 2. Now the Pirates have to try to find a way to get some offense and dig into that Nationals lead. Pirates winning game 1 last night, 7-2. They had a 5 spot on the board in the first inning. He scored single runs in the second and the 6th. And there's another base hit for Hairston. It's 2 for 2. So he keeps it going in the 3rd inning.
And that ball was cracked hard. One hopper finds the hole. Breaking ball that just didn't do a whole lot. I think the home run was a little cutter, and that looked like a curveball.
Wasn't a lot of bite on that curve. And Pudge Rodriguez, he grounded out to Walker at second in the second inning. 14 times an All-Star. Pudge Rodriguez. 13 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Sluggers. Hitting around 300 for his career. Umbrella's out. And Cedeno will run and step on the bag and get the force play, and that does it. 4 runs in, and the big blow, the home run by Michael Morse. 4-1 Nationals. Use your phones. because we want to hear your questions about the game, maybe even answer it on the air. Grab your cell phone, text the keyword booth, followed by your question and name to 412-412. I'll ask Bob the question following the 7th inning stretch. That's 412-412. Pick Bob Walk's brain. Skies have opened a little bit here. Some precipitation falling over PNC Park. And bunnies are upside down.
Bunnies are going to start getting wet here.
Not much worse than a soggy bunny. Strike call to Jose Tabata. A 4-run inning for the Nationals has put them in front. 4 runs on 6 hits for Washington. Jose Tabata made his debut last June 9th against the Nats. Faced John Lannon, who will pitch tomorrow night. Shot of Kevin Correa said a lot of things.
Nothing to talk about now.
I believe he was very pleased with that inning.
Well, one thing you have to be able to do is turn the page. That's for sure.
Count full now to Jose. That page?
Yep, that's the page.
But if you turn the page, your head's going to get wet.
Well, if you leave the same page there, it's going to get wet. Got to rotate the dry ones up every now and then.
Payoff pitch is a base hit to right center. Jose Tabata now 1 for 2.
Take a look at the Range Resources strike zone and find out where this pitch was that he banged into to right center. Going with it. It's kind of been a theme today. Going with the pitches.
Tabata hitting it where it was pitched, and Overbay trying to move him along now.
Might be why there's 5 runs on the board in just 2.5 innings. Seeing some fairly good hitting.
To the right side, LaRoche will go to second for 1. Back to first, Marquis covering. That's a double play the hard way.
He runs the bases and he plays defense.
3-6-1 on the double play, and now nobody on. And 2 down.
There's no reason the pitcher can't also be a baseball player, and that's what Marquis is.
Nice easy throw by LaRoche over to second. They got the easy turn. It's not always the easiest throw for a first baseman to throw around the runner that way.
Yeah, it looked like LaRoche kind of put a little arc on it maybe to get over the head of Jose.
Walker takes a strike. Walker ended an 0 for 13 skid with an RBI single in the first inning. And a slowly hit ground ball to second. Espinosa throws him out. And a quick inning. Helped out by the double play for Jason Marquis.
by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Today's trivia question brought to you by AT&T Mobility. The question is, from 1937 to 1948, Pittsburgh's Homestead Grays also played home games at which stadium in Washington, D.C.? They had a split time between Forbes Field here in Pittsburgh and someplace in Washington. See if you know the answer to that. As a quick out is made, Alex Cora flies to McCutchen. One pitch, one away in the Washington fourth. Forbes Field used to get a ton of use. Oh, yeah. These were the Negro League teams in town at that point. So they played some games in Washington. If you know the name of the stadium from that time, or one of the stadiums in that town at that time, got a good chance. Jason Marquis, 1 for 1. That one's outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes to Marquis. Look at that. Happy Easter. And Marquis bangs another base hit. You mentioned Mike Hampton earlier, Bob, who was a thorn in the Pirates' side, both offensively and as a pitcher. And Marquis is picking up where Hampton left off.
Yeah, I agree. He's a thorn in our side today. Everything, running the bases, hitting, playing defense. He might steal a bag here.
That jersey last June was the most popular jersey in baseball, the Strasburg jersey. Espinosa with another hit. He's 2 for 3. So 1 out and 2 on for the Nationals.
8 hits now. Kevin needs to make some adjustments here and do it in a hurry. And that whip number that he had was excellent. It was under 1. It's going to be heading north after this one. The whip number, walks and hits per innings. Used to be walks and hits per 9 innings, like an ERA. I don't know when they changed that. Maybe because they thought that whip was a cooler acronym. I don't know.
Maybe. Some mathematician thought it was better that way. And Keel, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Keel today walked and scored in the 3rd. There are so many acronyms and so many sabermetrics and different things related to math in baseball today. There's a chopper to second, and Walker will have 1 play. Didn't get the handle on the baseball. He'll take the out at first, and 2 down.
It wasn't hit quite hard enough, I think, to get a double play anyway. He was going to go after a lead runner, try to get somebody out of scoring position. Couldn't handle the ball. So he did the best thing he could. That's make sure you get 1 out somewhere. Worst thing is to not get anybody. Every ball put in play, make an out.
Jason Worth.
A little wet out there right now.
Yeah, it
just slipped out of his hand.
Well, the clay is pretty damp at this point in time in the infield.
It's been drizzling, for the last inning or so. So the grass is pretty wet.
Oh, 1 pitch to Worth. Kept it away from him, down. And he's ball 1. Told you on last night's telecast, Dick Schofield, his grandfather, played on the 1960 World Champion Pirates. To Cedeno. That'll do it. So nothing comes in for Washington in the 4th through 3.5. 4-1 Nats. say Happy Easter to Lacey Collins.
Hey, Tim. Well, I was standing undercover and I saw this family here, and I had to find out why they were the only ones in this section still in this section. And that is because they've come all the way from Minnesota, and this is their only game. So explain to me why you've got your two little girls with their little bunnies and ring pops sitting in the rain.
Yeah, we only get to see a few Pirates games or one Pirate game a year. If we're going to go, we're going to watch the game. So my girls are here. We're loving it. They got their bunnies that they got coming in. We're having a great time.
Now, they're originally from Johnstown. They live in Minnesota now. They said they might be able to make the Brewers series, but right now this is their only game, so they're going to put it out inside or in their raincoats and stay out here no matter what.
That's right, no matter what.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, that's a good fan right there.
That's a great fan. Even in Minnesota, they're not worried about a little bad weather.
Oh, they're used to it. I don't know why they moved the games outside Minnesota.
Yeah, they got
so
they got tired of being inside.
I think that's what it was. But they want to go to Milwaukee. It's optional environment. They can have the roof open or closed. Jones now 1-2.
They have trouble building roofs in Minnesota also that can actually hold up all that snow.
The Spiker family joining us, originally from Johnstown, now in Minnesota. Well, roofs that last, you mean? Yeah. Didn't last too long. Metrodome. I guess they're going to fix that, or have fixed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Jones had a double last night and a run batted in. Leans into that one, takes it for ball 3. Garrett flying to left in the first.
They're not moving.
That's one kind of retractable roof right there.
You know, I don't think that if I was going to sit out there, I don't think I'd go with the plastic bag. I think I'd just go ahead and get wet. The drizzle. As long as it's not cold, it's kind of a decent day. Unless I can see not if you're a female and not wanting your hair all messed up. But other than that, I think that's me right there. You're going to get wet. Okay, so what? I'm wet. I'll go with the plastic sack.
Bucco fans looking for a run now. Trailing 4-1. Bottom of the 4th, nobody out. Jones at first, and Pedro Alvarez with an infield single is 1 for 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Pedro.
A pitch out, and he just let that one go a little bit.
I'm leaning more toward the latter.
It looked like Irod got out of there really quick.
Breaking ball. Yeah.
Curveball.
And Pedro hammers this one deep to right field. It is going back. It is off the top of the wall. Jones will be held at third, and in with a double is Pedro Alvarez, and Pedro is 2 for 2.
Didn't break much. Pedro hit that like he knew what was coming, didn't he?
He did. Somebody told him.
A hanging breaking ball. I think it was a curveball, though. It looked more like a slider. Yep, that's the hanging slider.
And Alvarez, his 25th career double. His 4th this season. 2 men in scoring position, and Chris Snyder represents the tying run. Watch out.
Wow.
Took the head of Garrett Jones right off.
He ducked, but did it have any effect? That ball had to be fine before he moved.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
it was closer to
Nick. Yeah.
Nick Leyva, the third base coach, was the closest to it. Well, Nick has to do a dance to get out of the way every once in a while down there. Part of the job description, third base coach. This one is dribbled foul, and Leyva will take care of it himself this time. Snyder in the hole, Snyder's knocked in 5 runs over his last handful of games. Had a base hit and an RBI Thursday against the Marlins in Florida his last time out. Got 2 ducks out there with nobody down. Jason Marquis looking in at Pudge Rodriguez. Time is called. Well, Marquis was a Little League World Series participant, 1991, representing the South Shore Little League in his hometown of Manhasset, New York. And Snyder lifts this one to left. Jones settling like he's going to tag, and he will head to the plate, and he will be safe. And now Snyder has driven in runs in each of his last 6 games that he's played. And the Pirates have cut the lead in half. It's 4-2.
Pretty decent speed at third. He got the job done. That ball wasn't hit all that deep. Garrett Jones deep enough. Nice job by Harrison acting like he was going to cut that ball off, even though I think it was too high to cut. Made sure Alvarez didn't move over to third base.
Chance for Cedeno with Alvarez at second base. 1 out. Marquis delivers. It's inside, ball 1. Ronnie had a pair of hits in last night's game. First 2 at bats. Had an RBI single and then a pretty solid double. Ended up 2 for 4 on the night. And this one to the gap. And that is going to get down and roll all the way to the north side notch. Cedeno will stop at second base with an RBI double. Alvarez in. It is now 4-3.
Well, he has 3 doubles on the year. 2 of them have come here against the Nationals.
3rd double of the year for Cedeno. 75th of his career.
Breaking pitch that went down and got. That might be heating up at the right time, huh? A little pressure for his job, perhaps.
That's triples territory in there, but Morse did a good job getting the ball.
In that notch.
Well, the Pirates still the only team without a triple.
Triple would have been nice there with just 1 out.
Kevin Correa will square. And he puts the bunt down the first base side, and Correa will give himself up, and he has his 4th sacrifice bunt. And Kevin Correa does the job getting Ronnie Cedeno down to third base.
Do you think he missed a sign there? Why would he be bunting?
Now there's 2 out.
Yeah. I'm thinking he may have missed a sign. Highly unusual to see somebody sacrifice to third base with 2 outs. Especially somebody that can handle the bat a little bit like Correa.
He didn't get any visits from anybody in there to let him know maybe he didn't do something right. Now Hairston fires on to first base. And McCutchen is up. Pirates get 2 back on 2 hits. After 4, it's a 4-3 ball game at PNC Park. Effect PNC Park on an Easter Sunday with Bob Walk and Lacey Collins. I'm Tim Neverett. Pirates trailing the Washington Nationals 4-3. 4 runs on 8 hits for Washington, including a home run by Michael Morse that drove in 3. And the Pirates 3 runs on 6 hits. And Kevin Correa pitching to Adam LaRoche. LaRoche is 0 for 2, but he drove in a run with a ground ball out in the 3rd. Pitch outside, 2-0. Well, if you had to put baseball and deer hunting side by side and tell Adam LaRoche to pick one, I'm not sure 10 times out of 10 he'd pick baseball.
Yeah, baseball pays for all that deer hunting he does.
That's right. So he would, by necessity, have to pick baseball. But he is into it. 2-1 pitch. And this one driven deep to right field. Way back it goes, and it is gone. A home run for Adam LaRoche, his 3rd of the year. It is now a 5-3 Washington lead.
That's one thing the Pirates were able to do that made it really kind of an easy game for them. Once they got off to that lead, they were adding on, and that's our job now to try and prevent that this afternoon. Keep the Nationals from adding on, but they do it here with one swing. Remember that talk that Ray Searage had out at the mound? I mean, I'm sure that was in that talk about, okay, we got to hold him right there now.
Michael Morse drives one up the middle. He's 3 for 3.
10 hits now on 4+ innings.
Morse having a day.
Range Resources strike zone shows it that home run pitch was right at the knees. That old saying about left-hand hitters being good low ball hitters.
Daniel McCutchen starting to get loose for the Pirates.
And don't text that in asking me why the left-hand hitter is a good low ball hitter. I have no idea.
You just found out the hard way.
That's just an old baseball wives' tale.
Is there any truth to it? Would you say it's just a wives' tale?
Oh, I don't know. I guess that when I've tried to answer this before, I've kind of made up some things about left-hand hitters because of where first base is. They have a tendency maybe to pull off the ball a little bit more, which makes for kind of a looping downward swing as you're pulling off. If you're going to hit a ball hard, that's where you're going to be able to get to it.
Are you convinced that's the right answer?
No, I just said that's why.
Making it up?
I'm making that up.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that's the wrong answer either. Just because I made it up doesn't mean it's wrong.
It can be an opinion.
But, what's different? Well, the only thing that's different is where first base is. So the way left-hand hitters and right-hand hitters kind of finish up and start moving, maybe that has an effect on their swing.
Hairston's 2 for 2 today.
It's as good a theory as that I've heard.
It's a theory. Yeah. It's a theory.
I like my
When
theory.
a theory is proven, then it's called a fact.
Well, that definitely is not a fact. I have no facts. Theories.
Well, you get lots of theories.
Yes.
How about a theory on the trivia answer? We asked about the Homestead Grays, where they played part of their home schedule for a number of years. It was in Washington, D.C., in that city, but what was the name of the stadium? There goes the runner, the pitch out. Snyder the throw down, and Morris is a dead duck. 2-6 on the putout, and there's one away.
I think that time we might have cracked the code. Knew exactly what Morris was doing. There's the pitch out. Easy pickings.
Easy tag for Cedeno.
I have no idea what the name of the stadium in Washington was. This is a day you need Steve over here. You might have played there.
I read it the other day, so I know I was trying to set you up for it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Only because I read it the other day. It wasn't fair. I didn't know it off the top of my head.
Capitol Field, Senator Stadium.
Griffith Stadium.
Griffith Stadium. Okay.
Hairston to right field, and that one is going to curl into the seats.
I take that back, by the way. I did know that ballpark now that I see the name. Griffith Stadium.
I didn't have to Google it or anything. It was just presented to me a couple days ago, and I saw it, read it.
Well, you have so many devices that finding information is pretty easy for you.
You get a dig. Sometimes when you're looking for one thing, you find out two others.
Most of the time, you have 3 devices going at once. Only 2 today, though. What's up with that?
My right eye, my left eye. Actually, keeping an eye on what was happening in that Florida Marlins Colorado Rockies game today, because they were in a hitless game for a while. Josh Johnson and Ubaldo Jimenez, and Jimenez walks the bases full, then gives up a bases clearing triple. And Josh Johnson gave up an extra base hit to Dexter Fowler. So both of their no-hit bids are gone. But Josh Johnson, every time he goes out there, there's a possibility he could get one. He's that good.
The day after we left, who was it? Sanchez that was pitching?
Anibal Sanchez
almost threw a no-hitter. I mean, they got a pretty fine starting staff.
He's got one no-hitter already in his career. In his 13th major league start, he got one.
They don't have all the hoopla surrounding the Phillies staff, but they're not too shabby themselves.
There's our family from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Getting themselves a souvenir ball. Strikers. Just another memory for the Striker family. 3-2.
Right down there where.
And he strikes out.
Where the ball boy is. They might get a number of them. Went upstairs. Not really on purpose, I don't think. Didn't want to throw a ball 4 pitch, but he got the chase anyway. Hairston must have thought he ticked it the way he turned around to see if the ball was caught. Was it foul tip?
Yeah, he did. He did get a little bit of it. So, Pudge Rodriguez.
See those hitters, their heads snap around. You know they're checking that catcher out, see if he handled it cleanly.
And Rodriguez a base hit. Adding to his all-time total. There's a guy who should be on a podium in Cooperstown at some point in time. His numbers as a catcher.
I think so.
Unbelievable. First in runs scored, first in hits, first in doubles, first in extra base hits, top 6 in batting average, first in games caught. So Clint Hurdle coming out to give Kevin Correa the rest of the day off. And the pitch and change will be involving Daniel McCutchen. The right-hander comes on to take over for the Bucks here in the 5th. Great shots today from the AGH camp, thanks to Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine. Kevin Correa out after 4 2/3. 11 hits, 5 runs to the moment. Still responsible for Pudge Rodriguez at first base.
Yeah, looking at that 54 strikes, 84 pitches, maybe not as good a control today as we've seen him have in the past. You know, not that he's wild and walking people. I'm kind of maybe not as good a control in the strike zone as he normally has had. There was a lot of balls, with 11 base hits today, a lot of balls getting centered up pretty good, and that usually means you're not putting them, locating them where you really want to. Daniel McCutchen, he's representing that bullpen that's really pitched well. A lot of good numbers coming out of that pen right now for the Pirates.
1-0 pitch to Alex Cora. Down for a strike. And Daniel last worked on Thursday night in Florida against the Marlins. He did allow a double with 2 down to Gabby Sanchez, first baseman there, but he didn't allow a run. Fairly solid inning of relief work. Cora takes a strike. McCutchen didn't start the season with the big club. In fact, he was still in Florida, then was sent to AAA Indianapolis, where he threw 2 bullpens. He was in Indy for 2 days, hadn't pitched in a game, and then was called up here. And he's been here ever since. Stretching the 1-2. A ground ball to Walker. Should take care of it. And Cora is out. Now the run comes in on the home run by LaRoche. Halfway home, 5-3 Nats. To the plate in the bottom of the 5th. Bucks fans, be sure to check out my-pirates.com/route to get all the scoop on all things ticketing, including details on upcoming big games, promotions, and exclusive ticket deals. The site, and more importantly, the deals, are updated frequently, so check back often and see what new info Randy has for you. Again, that's my-pirates.com/route. Don't forget to put that dash in there. Easter Sunday, and good for some ice cream. Make sure you get every drop.
Don't spill any on your uni either.
Find yourself with a whole lot of those helmet bowls at the end of the year at home.
Apparently you do.
I do. Full. Talbot tried to bunt his way on. That's strike 1.
Me, not so much. All my kids old now. I don't want too many of those. Lori didn't let me have ice cream.
No.
No.
Good to know. 0-1 and Tabata toward the middle. Cora backing up. And he's got Jose.
That's why I stay so slim.
Well, now we'll know to watch you when we're on the road. Make sure you don't have any. Just kind of be an extension of Lori when she's not around.
That's a good idea.
6-3 goes the put out. One down for Lyle Overbay. Overbay 0 for 1. He walked in the first inning and then hit into a double play in the third.
One out, nobody on. We can use one of those doubles right here. Himself in the scoring position. Right center, boy, they're really giving him a ton there.
And a hit for Overbay.
Yeah, we'll take a single. I'm not going to be greedy.
I talked to him today in the clubhouse about how he's seeing the ball. Says he's seeing it pretty well right now. So things will be coming around. He's right on the ball.
Look at that. He saw that one nice. Gotta love the AGH cam. Shows all the little subtle things of the swing, the way the baseball's moving, spinning. Hitter's eyes, where they're at contact.
Pitch to Walker. Oh, 55 miles an hour.
I thought the AGH cam was on.
Did he slip? Catch his foot. What was that?
That's a strike one.
Ephus.
Yeah.
I think he needs to clean the spikes out.
Show that on the AGH cam, we'd have to have about a 10-minute break. It took forever to get up to the plate.
For Walker, he's not going to get a pitch like that again. 55. I mean, you want to talk about a BP fastball.
And that was
55 and down the middle.
It's a lot slower than a BP fastball. That was like you lob it in when you want a new baseball from the umpire.
Right on the corner for a strike. Walker with 13 runs batted in. Is the club leader in that category.
You got to remember that. You're going to write that in your scorebook. 55 mile per hour. That could be the slowest one we'll see this year.
It may be. I thought we were going to see it last night with Livan Hernandez, but we did not. He didn't get below 60.
So we have what do we have? 106 in Cincinnati.
106 in Cincinnati and 55 here. Pretty big difference. Aroldis Chapman registering 106 on the scoreboard radar. Cincinnati will play St. Louis tonight. And bad news for the Reds. Third baseman Scott Rowan has an injured shoulder. He's been placed on the 15-day disabled list.
He's had some injuries in his career. He's not getting any younger either.
Yummy.
Pizza. Probably need to turn it around the other way. He was trying to eat it upside down. Everything was falling off.
That's what gravity will do. There you go.
That's over in the scoreboard, isn't it? Out of town scores.
It is.
We always talk about the mesh fence that covers it up. You can get a good look at it there. All the different surfaces that ball can hit out there.
Hey, what's going on here?
By the Clemente wall. Part of it. 3-2 to Neil Walker. Lyle Overbay, the runner at first, one out.
That's a good look, though, as to why you get so many different bounces off that fence.
And Walker to center field. He's got a base hit, his second single of the afternoon. And now the tying runs aboard.
That's 8 hits now for the Pirates. Talking about how many hits the Nationals have put up. I think he hit that one where it was pitched too. Outside corner, elevated a little bit, and slapped it right back where it came.
Walker 2 for 3. Washington skipper Jim Riggleman making his way out to the mound.
Marquis needs to get through this inning to be pitcher of record. Got to finish 5 as a starter to get a win. He's 2 outs away from that.
Pirate bunny ears. You should have a pair of those, Bob.
I got one of the bunnies. I like the bunnies.
Well, Root Sports is online at rootsports.com. Exclusive player interviews and much, much more. So stay connected with our favorite local teams at rootsports.com. We'll know who they are fans of. That's a nice Easter outfit. All right, Garrett Jones with runners at first and second.
Kind of tough to put the. Usually have to get all kinds of really great Easter outfits out here, but the way it's kind of rainy today, we're not seeing as many. We can understand that.
Got to keep those bonnets dry. A lot of rabbit ears, though. 1-0 pitch coming to Jones.
We can launch one through the drizzle.
Fouled off. 1-1. Garrett walked and scored in the fourth. Flied out to left field back in the first inning. Garrett finally got his first hit at PNC Park this season in his first at bat last night with a run scoring double. He would end up going 1 for 4. Marquis 1-1 and Jones rips it foul.
The Pirates didn't have a real successful first homestand. A whole lot of good numbers. Not a bad seat in the house.
You can have a conversation with the right fielder if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Don't know if he'll talk back, but you can certainly get close enough. Jones looks at the 1-2 outside.
Pudge wanted that one, huh? Come on, Pudge.
Squeezing that glove.
Ball was 4 inches outside.
4 inches?
4 inches.
Okay. Another foul ball.
The strike zone does not lie. It is highly calibrated and is right on the money.
Regardless of what the catcher thinks.
That's right.
Looking at the plate from inside the Clemente wall. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jones. And maybe he'll hit one right at those chain links.
Right through him.
Bay at second and Walker at first. Count is full, 3-2. Pirates now threatening. He's down by 2 runs. Pedro Alvarez on deck. He is swinging a good bat today.
Started that last day in Miami. Came out, hit a home run, drove another one in the opposite field off the top of the left field fence.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Jason Marquis ready to go. 3-2. Jones to LaRoche. Double clutches. And Jones will beat it out. But do get the out in the middle.
And how about Marquis at first base on this one? Talked about his defense. He saved himself a run there. Both the guys that get paid to play defense messed it up. LaRoche can't get the ball out of his glove. And now watch this return throw with a runner at third base and Marquis with a great pick in the dirt.
He's a ball player.
Yes, he is.
Now Pedro Alvarez with runners at the corners. Tying runs at first. Pedro 2 for 2. Takes a strike.
Watch him get over there. Good break. Sets up, finds the bag, and makes the defensive play. Doesn't even have one of those great big first baseman's gloves to make that scoop.
Pedro behind now, 0-2. Pedro trying to come back on Marquee here. Pirates trying to get at least one. They bat here in the bottom of the 5th. More people need to do that. Need to learn how to keep score. A lot of people would enjoy the game more if they had a scorecard. Alvarez over the mound. And Espinosa throws him out. Nothing across for the Pirates. 2 hits, 2 left. On to the 6th. 5-3 Washington. The great pierogi race as they race the presidents who are in from Washington, D.C. today. And how about Cheese Chester? That's the only cheese I like running right there.
That's a dominating victory. Abe well off the pace.
Yes, what an honest effort.
And Teddy not even in the shot.
Teddy Roosevelt never wins.
He gets sidetracked a little bit, I think.
It's a rough ride for Teddy.
It's almost like he's always running uphill.
There's Jason Marquis starting things off for Washington to the top half of the 6th. 2 for 2 today for the Nats pitcher. Marquis, 97 career wins. Came into today 97 and 92 in his career. Ground ball to second. Marquis is gone, 1 away. So.
Hey guys.
Oh,
looky here.
We found some
we do have our ears.
Here we go.
All right.
And now I borrowed them from a family down there from Upper St. Clair.
So the family from Upper St. Clair.
These have to go back.
Let us have these.
Do we have to take these back? You have to take them back? You just borrowed them.
We could maybe do a trade-off. Do you have something to send down to them?
Do we have anything to send to them?
I made a fresh pot of coffee.
Yeah. Bob makes good coffee.
Bob, that's not going to work.
Oh, we'll have to think of something. Could we at least keep them for the, for the post game?
I'm going to go see what I can do.
All right. All right.
Thanks, Lacey. Appreciate it very much. Hop right on that. Espinosa to right field on a base hit. So base hit with 1 out. You must be able to hear me a little better.
I hear you fine now. I couldn't make you out occasionally. I can hear the umpire now from all the way up.
Bet you can. You got sonar ears. Look at those things.
There we go.
Sure, adjust them
All
right.
I'm all set.
Gotta look right. All right.
He's jealous.
He wants to know where his are.
Yep.
He's just jealous.
Not much up on Steve's head.
He'll take what he can get whenever it's offered. I mean, this is, it's hair.
Yeah.
Put hair on his head, he might be happier today.
I'd say, how about the Easter shirt he's got on? That looks sharp.
Good flow to that outfit.
Yeah. He's always looking good. Quite the dresser.
Well, Rick Ankiel at the plate. The field shifted around. And the throw to first, he got him. McCutchen picks off Espinosa. There are 2 down.
Wasn't really all that close. Wow, the location of that throw was absolutely perfect. Overbay, he had to move the glove maybe a foot to make that tag.
Good throw by McCutchen.
There's a lot of times where you see a good quick footwork, good strong throw, but it's 3 feet wide of the bag, and you just can't catch a ball, over to one side, bring it all the way back, and make a tag, get anybody out. The most important thing, that pickoff move, maybe more important than the speed, footwork, all that, is the location. Because that takes a ton of time to reach way behind you, catch a ball, and then bring it back to the other side and try to get the tag down.
Just a bit high to Ankiel. 1 strike on him, 2 balls. Saw the 2-1 coming from McCutchen. This one belted toward right field, and there's Garrett Jones. And Jones records the out. Well, we're going to come back and give it a good solid listen in the bottom of the 6th. Happy Easter, everybody. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bob Watt, Ted Neverett here, PNC Park. Take you down south. Bradenton Marauders single A in the minors. Ramon Cabrera is 2nd in the Florida State League right now with a .450 average. In 12 games, he has 2 doubles, a triple, 3 runs batted in. Pirates grabbed him as a non-drafted free agent in 2008. So Ramon Cabrera with the Marauders. Chris Snyder was a teammate of his just a couple of weeks back. So he was on a rehab stint there. Bob and I have the rally ears on this inning. Easter Sunday. So the Pirates get something going.
Yeah, try to bend them back a little bit, give it a different look.
Yeah. Now, if your ears are back, doesn't that mean you're angry? If you're an animal.
We're making an angry comeback right now.
Put the ears back like that. Pin them back.
We're coming at you. Our ears are pinned back.
See if the rally ears do any work.
Rally ears. We don't need the close-up, though.
Gotta have the rally ears.
What's that white thing in front of you?
That's for the wireless camera.
Oh, okay. Antenna. We don't need that now. We got these ears on.
That's right. 2-2 now to Snyder. Snyder drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the fourth. 0-for-1 in the game. Ronnie Cedeno on deck. Double barrel action going on in the Washington pen. Chad Gaudin and Doug Slayton. Marquis pitch. It is backhanded nicely at third by Hairston. Throw is off the bag and Snyder is safe. An error on Hairston and the Pirates have a base runner.
Nice leadoff base runner. I think the ears are working. Hairston did the right thing. He knows that Snyder is not real fast, so he took his time, set his feet, still threw it away. Didn't rush his throw, just let that one go. Maybe we talked a while ago about the ball perhaps being a little wet. That was the case there, although it has quit drizzling.
Ronnie Cedeno doubled in a run in the fourth inning. 1-for-2. Second double in as many games for Cedeno. You see Gaudin, the right-hander, and Slayton, the lefty, going. Jason Marquis' time is getting shorter. 0-1. Cedeno pops it up. Second baseman Espinoza getting underneath it. There's one down. Happy Easter to you, and happy Easter to everybody watching, no matter where you are, catching Pirates baseball on Root Sports today.
Getting a little happier here too when we get these 2 runs at setting, tie this one up. Bunnies all over the place. They just keep multiplying, don't they?
As the game goes on, we see more and more of them.
Keep them out of the garden.
John Bowker pinch hitting for Daniel McCutchen. Bowker's former team, the Giants, come in Tuesday.
Bowker did a decent job coming off the bench. Hasn't got a start yet, right?
No starts yet.
Just been getting pinch hitting appearances. Has got to stay in a couple of games with double switches.
And my guess is the Giants will bring a piece of hardware for him.
Yeah, he's probably looking forward to that.
He was voted by his former teammates a playoff share, which he got, and also a World Series championship ring, which they'll present to him. And typically those things are done when a player is not with that team anymore. They'll do them in private. So, general manager or somebody represented from the team will come by and give it to him in a room somewhere in the clubhouse. 2 balls, 1 strike to John Bowker, 1 down. And Marquis delivers. Strike 2.
I didn't get to have much ceremony when I got mine. It came in the mail.
Yeah, we talked about that before. He just put a stamp on it.
Yep, got it in the mail. Just there it was, box. Open it up.
Outside, 3-2.
Yeah, at that time, it bothered me a little bit. Obviously, I'm over it now.
Well, I hope so. That was 1980. I know you get over your grudge in 31 years.
I don't hold grudges. I build shells for them.
And Bowker out in front. He strikes out.
Very much out in front on that off-speed pitch. can come off the bat fairly early. Lunging forward a little. That's being fooled on the speed. Not a great shot by that GH cam. It just shows all the details.
Jim Riggleman is out. He has not asked for the ball.
He's thinking about it. Yeah, he's going to stay there.
Let Marquis stay in. He's got a right-hander available in the bullpen with the right-hander McCutchen coming up, but he'll stick with his starter, the veteran Jason Marquis. 94 pitches to this point in the game. So big at bat coming for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen's 1 for 3, a double and a run scored back in the first inning. Snyder reached on an error by third baseman Jerry Hairston. He is at first base and a strike call to McCutchen. One and one now. Andrew McCutchen had a great game last night on the night that his action figurine was given away. Said after the game they ought to have an action figurine giveaway every day.
He would love to have the night like he had last night. Every ball game he plays.
Strike two.
So would we.
Marquis ahead of McCutchen with 2 outs. Got to do some of these rally years, get them to work a little better.
Well, we got off to a good start. Got the leadoff guy on. But,
so they've just kind of been sitting there.
Rabbit ears have kind of petered out.
Get the rally years going on Easter Sunday.
Well, mine's still back. Yeah, I still got mine
Yeah,
pinned
yours
back.
are still back. I got the. Maybe that's the problem. Mine was forward.
Yeah.
I can get them backwards. There's a pair that beats a straight.
Yeah, but they're not. They got to be pinned back. Now that could be a rally here. One up, one down.
There you go. Let's get them going. 1 and 2 to Andrew McCutchen.
If we like stand on our chairs or something. That'll work.
No, these chairs have wheels on them. I don't want to fall out of the booth.
No, I wouldn't have let you do that.
Balloon ears.
Those are similar to ours. We don't have the little pink things.
Those are the kids' ears we took. Or the kids whose ears we took. McCutchen, a chopper to shortstop. Cora will go the short way, and that doesn't. So we're through 6 at PNC Park. Washington Nationals with a 5-3 lead over the Pirates. It's the Pirates and the Nationals, game 2 of a 3-game series. Lacey Collins and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Everett. We go to the top half of the 7th inning, and the Nationals 5 runs on 12 hits. The Pirates 3 runs on 8 hits. And right-hander rookie Mike Crotta comes on, becoming the 3rd pitcher used by Clint Hurdle this afternoon.
Crotta's numbers on the year. And in the strike zone, he's been pretty effective. Had 1 4 outing where I think he picked up all 3 of those walks in 1 outing. He walked the bases loaded, as a matter of fact.
He did. He was in Cincinnati, and he said that he'd never walked 3 guys in an inning before.
Is that an Easter cow?
Yeah, I'm wondering what holiday the cow's associated with.
That's a good question.
It's a cow raincoat. Well, Mike Crotta getting set now to face Jason Worth. And he delivers strike 1. Good fastball. 93 miles an hour. Crotta out of Fort Lauderdale. Good for him to get home to South Florida on the road trip. Pirates didn't have a lot of success there, but his family was there to see him pitch in the major leagues for the first time. In the ballpark that he used to go to a ton as a kid.
Grandma was even there.
Grandma was there, yep. Dad, Buddy Crotta. Tapper to short, and here is Cedeno. 1 out. Fans, you can own a piece of the game with Pirates authentic merchandise. Add Andrew McCutcheon's game used bat or Neil Walker's game used helmet to your personal collection, along with game used lineup cards, jerseys, bases, and plenty more from your favorite Pirates players. To get your authentic Pirates merchandise, visit pirates.com/authentics and do it today. Great stuff there. Adam LaRoche just hit a home run today. Driven in 2. Had a double, his first double of the season, in last night's game. And don't forget, the Nationals and Pirates play tomorrow night. It may not be on the magnetic schedule that's on your refrigerator. It is a makeup game from Friday's rainout. So make sure you come on out if you can. It's a radio only game tomorrow night, no TV.
Gypsies have it off. Huh?
Yeah. It's a gypsy holiday, I guess. 1-1. There's a strike. Can't take those ears off when Washington's hitting?
No, Raleigh ears also tamp down the offense of the other team a little bit.
That's how they work.
Yeah.
Is that a new rule?
They're pro-Pirate. Raleigh ears are pro-Pirate.
Giants and Bucks Tuesday, 6:30. It'll be Matt Cain for the Giants against the Pirates' Charlie Morton. Our next telecast here on Root Sports. Foul tip, strike 3, and down on strikes goes Adam LaRoche. Crotta comes in and gets the first 2 Nats.
Little slider looked like. Yep, look at the spin. AGH cam shows you the spin. Looks like he tried to elevate that a little bit, maybe get it up toward the hands. We talked about left-hand hitters traditionally being good low ball strikers.
Mike Morse, okay, the Pirates have not been able to get out today. 2 singles and a home run. With a 3-run shot in the 3rd inning. So far, that's been the big blow of the ball game. He also tried to steal second base in the 5th.
They got him out that time.
Pirates snuffed it out. They had a pitch out on it, and they got him by a long way. 2 down, nobody aboard for Washington. And the 1-1 from Mike Crotta. Nice pitch. 2 up for the Pirates. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Tabata, Overbay, and Walker in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 pitch. He struck him out. Impressive work by the rookie Mike Prada, striking out 2 and getting the Nationals in order. Well, on this Easter Sunday, we invite you to sit back and look at some of the great visions around this ballpark. Well, the good Easter outfits and the bunny ears, and we're going to stay right here for not only Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but a tradition on Sunday around baseball for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand and join the Pirates and Major League Baseball as we remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, while offering support to our troops here and abroad. Here to lead us with God Bless America is Double Shot. They are joined on the field by Staff Sergeant Brandon Sampson. Sergeant Sampson has been a member of the Pennsylvania National Guard for 8.5 years and recently returned home to Pittsburgh after serving a tour of duty in Iraq in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wideward foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. We invite you now to stand, join legendary Pirates organist Vince Lashide, and follow the bouncing Eaton Park Smiley Cookie as we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
A lot of work to do.
Every Sunday, as people come and pay homage to him, they sit below him and he rewards them with gifts and loaves and fishes and pirate souvenirs.
An Easter egg.
Chocolate of the 7th coming up.
Nationals, these changes. Now pitching, number 36, Tyler Clippard.
New left fielder for the Washington Nationals, former Cincinnati Red Lance Nix is out there. And Nix takes over for Michael Morse defensively. There's right-hander Tyler Clippard taking over for Jason Marquis. Clippard's been a tough one in the past. Listen, Jose Tabata, and he deals strike 1.
Clippard is no day in the park when that starter comes out. They bring him in. Look at his whip. It's below 1. Lots of strikeouts.
Tabata trying to get aboard. Pirates down by a pair of runs. 1-1. Jose grounded out his first at bat, singled in his third, and was erased as part of a double play. Last time up on the fifth, grounded to short. 1 for 3.
You got your ears back on. That's good.
I do. I felt compelled.
Got the same 2 runs to get. Everybody on the same page. Oh, here we go. Get up. Get up.
This one's deep, and Nix tracks it down right in front of the notch.
Does everybody have their ears on? I got to believe that would have been up over his head. This ball is hit hard. It just didn't carry.
He got about as much of it as he could.
Steve has no ears on. I think that's why that ball didn't carry. Everybody has to be on the same page, pulling the same direction. If we have ears on, everyone should have ears on. So we'll just have to give Steve some bunny ears. And a little whiskers too for Steve.
There you go. Very nicely done. He almost saw it too. He looked over just when it was too late.
So I've put mine up now because laying them back didn't work.
Yeah, mine back still? No, mine. All right, Lyle Overbay, time for a hit.
Double. We need that double right here. The second base. I love the way doubles seem to start rallies better than anything else. Second place, it would be the leadoff walk. Remember the first inning. McCutchen
double.
Got that double. Got us on the board right away.
Here's the 1-2 from Clippard to Overbay. And this one up in the air to left center. And Keel calling for it. He's got it for the second out.
Routine.
Tyler Clippard comes in, retires the first 2 Pirates he sees in the bottom of the 7th.
I'd like to wish a friend of mine happy birthday. Champ Ferragonio out at C&G. He turned 60. Happy birthday, Champ. I'm going to bring you a bunny tomorrow.
Really? Sure he'll appreciate that.
He's the Heffy out that way. Chief, the Champ. He's my boss on off days.
Is that right?
Big Pirate fan. I know for sure he's watching this one.
He's going to give you the business about wearing those ears too.
Yeah, sure he will.
1-0 to Walker. 1-1.
If they work, though, when we come back in this one.
Well, if they work, we show up tomorrow. Everybody's got them on.
No, you can't wear them out, though. You have to just be selective. You know, we fall behind. You got to bring them out just at the right moment.
2-1 to Walker. Neal has a pair of hits this afternoon, plus a run batted in. Broken 0 for 13 streak with his single in the first inning that drove in McCutchen for the game's first run.
Who is it has that rally monkey? Is it the Angels?
The Angels.
Yeah, they're very selective when they bring that out.
Somebody's got a squirrel too, don't they?
A rally squirrel.
Florida? I think it was Florida.
Why would the Marlins have a squirrel?
It's too expensive to keep a fish. Saltwater tank. Bring them out when you need them. 3-1. I don't know. Don't you remember on the scoreboard they had a rally squirrel? He was appearing from behind that left field wall. So now they've got the cottontails as well. That's what you're missing, Bob. And another hit for Neil Walker, his third hit of the afternoon. 2-out single for the Pirates' second baseman.
I'll tell you this right now. I don't care how many runs we're behind. I won't have that tail on. I draw the line at the bunny ears. It looked like another pitcher was down knee high, left-hander, base hit. What are we watching?
Watching Root Sports.
That's right.
So Walker aboard, and now the tying run at the plate. 5-3 Nationals, bottom of the 7th, 2 out. Clippard pitching to Garrett Jones. Jones with 3 home runs, all on the road, all solo shots. 0 for 2 today with a walk. That walk came in the 4th inning. He would come around to score. Cedeno would drive him in. Actually, Snyder drove him in with a sacrifice fly. And Cedeno would drive in Pedro Alvarez, who doubled. A lot of room for Garrett out there. Outfield playing deep. Walker off of first. The 1-0 pitch. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, they are pushed back to the wall, those outfielders. Don't want anything getting over their heads. They're playing no doubles.
Clippard getting his sign from Rodriguez. Walker off of first, held on by LaRoche. 2-0. No strike. Pirates would love to get Pedro to the plate here in the 7th. Pedro's had a good day, 2 for 3. Two balls, 1 strike. Tyler Clippard delivering to Garrett Jones. And a strike is called. Hard fastball. 2-2. Clippard out of Lexington, Kentucky, formerly a Yankee prospect. Made his major league debut in 2007 with the Yankees. Has been a regular with Washington since last season. He's been up and down a little bit in 2008, 2009, but last year 78 appearances, all of them out of the pen.
The hairs just moved on their own. I don't know if that's a sign or
maybe they're growing on you.
They were falling off.
A Walker off for first, and the 2-2 coming to Garrett. And he struck him out. And that does it for the Pirates in the 7th. On to the 8th. Washington with a 5-3 lead here at PNC Park. Medicine injury update centers on Pirates starting pitcher Ross Ollendorf, still on the disabled list. Working out today prior to the game, pitching coach Ray Sirich taking some video. Go back and look at that and watch Ross's form.
Ray, get your finger out on the lens.
Well, Ross said he might be out a few more weeks, maybe perhaps as long as a month, trying to come back from that right shoulder injury. He's been rehabbing daily. That's our injury update. Thanks to our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine. Pirates need a couple of runs, need to prevent any more from Washington. Pirates won the opener last night 7-2 and trying to win game 2 here today.
You see that video, they're just going to see the tip of Ray's finger sticking up in front of the lens.
That doesn't help, does it? Jerry Hairston 2 for 3 today. Hairston in a fill-in role at third base with Ryan Zimmerman out due to the abdominal strain. Mike Crotta with a very good 7th. Striking out 2 of the 3 men he faced. There's a chopper toward the middle. Fielded by Cedeno behind the bag. And on the run, he makes the throw. And that's 4 in a row set down by Mike Crotta since entering the game.
A nice little play by Cedeno. Able to get to that ball before it took that last final bounce.
Now Pudge Rodriguez.
You can catch that long hop. That's the one you're always looking for.
Talking about hopping today.
Short hop would be the next in line you would like. The one you don't want is that in-between hop.
Big bunny hop.
That's not what you want, the in-between hop.
That's what Crotta just had. He had the bunny hop.
Not the long one, or?
See, oh, look at that.
Everybody has ears now, except
Greg.
Except Greg. Oh, look at it. They're already shaped right for rally airs. They're pinned back.
On the right field line. Jones will give it a run. And Garrett Jones will run out of room.
Well, maybe now that's what we needed. We'll have to wait till the bottom of the 8th, see if that'll push us through. Could have been what was holding us back.
I want to thank the Wyke family from Upper St. Clair for involuntarily donating these ears.
I think that they're on loan. We have to send them back.
It's down in Steve's neck of the woods.
Yeah, Steve. Maybe it's one of Steve's neighbors.
Just some of Steve's people.
Steve, right now, he's saying, I haven't heard this well in years.
Maybe they heard that too from all the way up here.
Oh my, the Gypsies.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, if you're just tuning into Pirates baseball, you don't know who he's referring to. The Gypsies are people in the truck.
Trailer.
Oh, the trailer, right? The Gypsy compound that we have
the
on
truck
the stadium.
pulls the trailer around.
The ones who push the buttons and stuff.
Now all
Bob
of them
don't
don't push buttons. A lot of them tell somebody to push a button.
2-2. And this is a base hit to right field, and Rodriguez with his 2nd hit of the day. 1 out single. Well, earlier we asked you to text the booth and ask Bob a question. And maybe he's a little late, but Eric wasn't. Bob, on rainy days like this, who is affected more, pitchers or hitters? It's a good question.
That
Eric.
is an
Thank
excellent question. If it would have been cold days, I could answer easily that it's the hitters that they hate hitting in the cold. A pitcher, he's probably the one guy out there that can stay warm. Now, in the rain, there's problems for both of them. The hitters, they don't like that wet, slippery bat. I'm sure there's some few problems maybe with their feet, but there are big problems with the feet of the pitcher. He's trying to drop that plant foot down, and if that moves, I mean, that really messes up your delivery badly and can greatly affect your control.
Core to second base. Walker, the flip to Cedeno for 1. Back to first. Not in time.
I'm going to say, but this might be my pitcher bias, I'm going to say it's a pitcher just because of that, the stride forward and putting that plant foot down. There's a lot more room to slip and slide than the hitter. The foot comes up. Now, look at the bottom of it, covered in mud. Now, when it goes down, that's when it can't move. If it goes down and starts sliding a couple inches like it can in a wet, that can be the problem.
We saw Jason Marquis in the 5th inning catch a cleat and ended up delivering a 55-mile-an-hour pitch to the plate as a result. It stopped his motion. Here's Lance Nix, his first at bat. Lance takes ball 1-0.
I think this will be the tiebreaker of who has it easier. They give the pitcher something to clean his cleats on out there. There isn't anything for the hitter, so it must be more difficult on the pitcher.
Well, the hitter could use his bat.
See the little rubber teeth sticking up out of the ground? That's for cleaning the mud out of your cleats. And obviously, there's nothing like that at the plate.
Well, you could turn your bat around, use the handle of the bat. Guys do that a lot.
And tap them out?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to use the barrel because you'll put spike marks in the barrel. Nobody likes that. So use the handle instead. Turn it upside down. Plus, you got
Look at all that paraphernalia.
It's a whole toolbox.
And we can't even take out an emery board. And look at all the stuff they got.
Yeah, but the batter can't put the pine tar too high up on the bat. Well, see, there you go. They can do it before they go out. Right there in the dugout, there's one.
That's so they won't track mud into the clubhouse.
Now you're just making stuff up now.
That's when they come off the field, they won't track mud into the clubhouse.
That's why they have a vacuum cleaner. 2-1. So the rain was here, but really nothing.
Just kind of some drizzle now and then. You know, I don't even think it really got to where the playing surface was all that much of an issue. Occasionally, when it becomes a problem, you see that shiny spots out on the infield. Never saw that.
Next to center field and going back on it is McCutchen, and he won't get it. That's going to bounce off the wall. Cora coming around third, and he will score without a throw. An RBI double for Nix. It's now 6-3 Washington.
At this part of the game, any part of the game, you don't like giving up runs, but now is when it becomes crucial.
Get him in here, Danny.
Big difference between being down by 2 or 3, obviously. Before this run came in, all we had to do was get one guy on base and we bring the tying run to the plate. Right about there, I thought we had a shot. But we did not. And maybe if the throw would have carried all the way to Cedeno in the air, I think maybe it would have been.
Might have made a throw.
Might have had a shot at the plate.
Espinoza.
But that would have been iffy.
Espinoza with 3 hits today after going 0 for 4 yesterday. Brought his average up to 286. Fouls this one off. Well, we hope you're having a nice Easter Sunday. Looking forward to dinner later. You know, when you sit at the table, you don't sit out the whole year, maybe once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm. Christmas, Thanksgiving.
And this one up in the air to left field. Tabata running underneath it. And he will make the catch, and that'll do it for the Nats. They add another one for 7.5. It's a 6-3 Washington lead. You're watching Pirates Baseball on Root Sports. Welcome back to PNC Park. Bob Walk, Lacey Collins, I'm Tim Never. Pirates trying to come back here late, down by 3 runs. Lots of young fans and old, and everybody in between looking for a Bucco comeback. Pedro facing the right-hander. Tyler Clippard delivers outside for a ball. Pedro 2 for 3 today.
Need base runners. Be selective right now. If we can get a base on balls, that would help out.
Clippard's 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. It's a sabermetric Sunday, so one of the metrics we're following is isolated power today. And the numbers for Ronnie Cedeno, Pedro Alvarez, and Andrew McCutchen up on the screen.
I think, what do we have Babe Ruth at 340 something earlier? Lifetime numbers?
Yeah, lifetime numbers.
I believe anything over a 180 is pretty decent. I think that's what Neil told me today.
Yeah, the isolated power is a measure of a hitter's raw power in terms of extra bases per at bat. And Alvarez out on strikes. Clippard has struck out the last 2. I showed you this earlier. Yeah, all-time leaders.
48.
Pirates all-time leader Ralph Kiner, 286. So some work to do in terms of isolated power for the Buccos. Going to catch any of those guys. Chris Snyder batting with 1 out. And he takes a strike. Snyder's 0 for 2. Reached on a throwing error by Jerry Hairston at third in the 6th inning. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 4th, and in his first at bat, reached on a fielder's choice, but there was a force out at third on the play, so that play ended the inning. Pirates did manage 1 of their 3 runs that inning, however. Got 2 more in the 4th. Snyder looking for a base knock. There's a 1-1. And he's got his base knock. A single for Snyder. That'll bring up Cedeno. Washington with double barrel action as Storen is back up, the right-hander, and the lefty is Sean Burnett.
You're having to deal with it. Mud on the cleats, just warming up. I don't know if they have those finger mats out there or not.
Well, they got him in the dugout. They got him on the mound.
There's times though when if you're really in one of those nights where you're playing and it's just, you know, more than drizzle, like a heavy drizzle all night long. You've seen games like that where teams have had to play through it.
Cedeno, tapper right back to Clippard. He goes to second for 1, back to first, double play, and the inning has come to its conclusion. On to the 9th. Washington leads 6-3 here at PNC Park. Pirates down to their final 3 outs. Going on to Cotton Eye Joe. Look at him go. Well, back again for another season is Pup Night at PNC Park, presented by Dad's Pet Care. Enjoy a night of baseball and festivities with your pup on the Pirates deck. Don't miss the first Pup Night Tuesday when the Pirates battle the Giants at 7:05. Buy a Pup Night game ticket for only $20 with a portion of the proceeds benefiting local animal shelters. For tickets, visit pirates.com/pups. All Pup Night participants must buy a specific Pup Night ticket and show proof of vaccination.
For the dogs?
Yeah, for the dogs. Okay. Yeah. Or the rabbit.
Just want to make sure.
There's Jose Veras coming on. Going for the 9th time this season. He'll pitch the 9th.
Veras having a pretty good season. 491. A little high. Was I looking at that wrong?
Veras getting set to pitch to Rick Ankiel in the 9th.
Oh, I read that right. His ERA is 4.91. Would you have guessed that?
No, he had one bad outing.
Yeah,
one bad outing.
Well, that's the thing. Early in the year, you're a relief pitcher. You go out there and give up a few runs in an inning. You're going to have to work for a while to get it down. Starting pitcher, you go out there, you get 6-7 innings at a whack, and you have a couple of good games in a row. Makes a nice move in that ERA, but it's tough going out an inning at a time to get it to move.
And Keel to the right side, and waiting for it in right field is Walker. One away. Now that infield shift that they've employed on certain hitters has worked well so far during the series. That time there, perfectly against Dan Keel. It's worked a couple of times on Adam LaRoche. Once today, once yesterday. Jason Worth, who had a homer in yesterday's game, comes up. He's 0-for-4 today. He's grounded out 3 times and hit into a fielder's choice. Managed to reach base in the 3rd and scored on the home run by Morse. Veras steals him low and away. And Jose, the veteran, got a nice hand in Florida, didn't he?
Sure did.
Former Marlin, they liked him there, and when he came on to pitch, fans gave him a great round of applause. .1-0 pitch coming. So Tuesday night's Pup Night. Be a bunch of dogs out there in the Pirate deck in left field. For some reason, dogs seem to enjoy baseball.
Yeah, they sell out. It's always full, packed.
.2-0 pitch. And that's on the outside corner.
Greg Brown, he'll have his niece and nephew out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, they bring their dogs out.
No, his niece and nephew are actually the dogs.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that part of the family tree.
They had a banner a couple of years ago. Hi to Uncle Greg.
I remember that.
in the booth. Yeah, I didn't know that he had that, but he did.
Yeah.
French dogs, Boviers.
Steve's ears are down.
I always thought they were Irish, but I guess there's a little French in there too. Boviers.
Europe's not that big of a place. Could have come over for a visit.
That's the name of a French dog, isn't it, Bouvier?
If you say so.
You're my French expert.
I don't know that there's a dog named a Bouvier.
Sounds good.
We had a former first lady with that last name. 3-2. And he strikes out looking. So Jason Worth takes an 0-for-5, and there are 2 out.
Veras has an excellent fastball. He gets this breaking ball going, like we have seen early on a few times out there, and he becomes super tough to hit. And that's right down the middle. Right down the middle. Worth could not do anything about it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Look at that.
Here is Adam LaRoche. And the Pirates put the infield shift on with Walker on short right field. And him with 2 runs batted in today. Drove one in the 3rd inning with a ground ball out, and then hit the solo shot over the Clemente wall and right in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. And this one will drop into left center for a single. Rush with another base hit. 2 for 5 for Adam. And now Matt Stairs will come to the plate. Stairs will pinch hit. His next pinch hit will be his 100th of his career. He signed a minor league deal with the Nationals in December. His first professional contract was signed 22 years ago in January of 1989 with the Montreal Expos. He's the major league leading all-time leader in home runs as a pinch hitter. He's got 23 of those.
Well, we know what he's doing right now. He's trying to hit one in the water. That's what he told us when he was a Pirate. When asked about his approach, he said, every at bat, I'm trying to hit one in the river.
Well, he has an interesting distinction also. He has hit home runs with 11 different teams. There's only one other player who's done that, Todd Zeile. He does not have one as a National. If he gets one, his next home run with the Nationals, he'll be the only guy to ever homer with 12 different teams. Two years ago in a game against the Phillies in Philadelphia, he hit one off Matt Capps late. Got the Phillies back in it. They ended up winning that ball game. 2-1 to Matt Stairs.
You know he's going to have at least one home run this year.
And he's got a strike on the outside corner, 2-2.
So I'm pretty certain he'll have that number someplace other than just his back.
"43 years of age. St. John, New Brunswick. And he struck out looking. So Stairs down on strikes. Veras comes in, strikes out 2, gives up the single. Last wraps for the Bucks into the bottom of the 9th when we return to PNC. Reds third baseman Scott Rowland placed on the 15-day disabled list. James Shields, pitcher with the Rays, complete game shutout against the Blue Jays. Second straight start for him. He's twirled a complete game. Max Scherzer of the Tigers beating the White Sox today. 7 strikeouts over 8 innings. And Corey Hart could make his season debut Tuesday for the Brewers. Missed all of spring training and every game so far due to an oblique injury. Hart was here at PNC Park when the Brewers were in, just working out. They wanted to send him out on a rehab stint, get him ready to go. He could be back with the Brew Crew on Tuesday. Brewers beating Houston right now, bottom of the 8th, 4-1 in Milwaukee. And the Cubs trailing the Dodgers 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Other games involving Central Division teams. Drew Storen will come on to pitch the 9th for Washington. Storen will end up facing a pinch hitter, Matt Diaz, and then the top of the order, McCutchen and Tabata.
Pretty impressive whip also. Good numbers in that category this afternoon.
Well, Matt Diaz, first plate appearance today, pinch hitting in the number 9 spot for the pitcher Veras. Ball 1-2, Matt Diaz. Pirates need 3 to extend the game, 4 to win it. 263 career as a pinch hitter. One ball, no strike pitch coming from Storen. And he takes a strike, 1-1. Diaz comes over this season from the Atlanta Braves. And a pinch hit Thursday in Florida. And he swings and misses, 1-2. He has 8 hits over his last 21 at bats. Got the start in Florida on Wednesday night in left field. That was the game that Andrew McCutchen missed. He's gone 1 for 6 with an RBI as a pinch hitter this year. Ball and 2-strike pitch from Drew Storen to Matt Diaz. Pokes it foul. One thing we've seen out of Diaz, he likes to go to right field. He's had success hitting the ball the other way.
I think players in general, nowadays are much better opposite field headers than they were quite some time ago. I don't see as many dead pull guys. In fact, that's rarer now to find a dead pull hitter than it is to find a guy that goes the other way very well. It's just the way the game's changed. 97. Wow, that one got blown by him.
Storen dialed it up. More on Drew Storen. Let's go down to Lacey.
Well, you guys, Drew Storen was at Stanford for 2 years before he got drafted, and he's returned to class to work on his degree in mechanical engineering. He actually wants to create sport shoes and cleats, so build a bunny today, maybe build a cleat tomorrow.
And maybe a cleat that doesn't get caught up with mud. Or maybe a new...
Some kind of self-cleaning
yeah, there you go.
Cleat.
There you go. So Drew Storen will go back and finish up.
Where the cleats kind of collapse up into the shoe so you can clean everything off nice and smooth and then come back out.
Well, he sounds like you. He's like an idea guy.
Yeah, but with a degree, I think he probably is more of a follow-through guy than I am.
See, Bob talks to us about ideas he has. And, somebody probably already has it patented somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But it's good thinking. One and one to McCutchen, 1 down, bottom of the 9th. Strike.
Where was this one at? Looks away. Nope, right on the corner. And remember, the strike zone is highly accurate.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. McCutchen trying to become the first Pirate base runner in the 9th. Need to get 1 on to get that tying run on deck. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Andrew McCutchen. Chops it down to third. He's going to have to hustle. Barehanded by Hairston. He throws. It's offline. McCutchen's going to take off for second base. And the ball goes into the seats off the hand of Espinosa, and that'll be another base for McCutchen. He'll get third because the ball went out of play off of Espinosa.
Now that would be really interesting if this was a tie game or a one-run game, wouldn't it? Have that play happen?
Well, they get nailed for 2 errors on the same play here. First, the throwing error.
He just kind of threw it behind him, didn't he? He picks it up and just throws it behind him into the stands. You won't see that very often.
Kid in the front row said, surprise. So man at third with 1 out, and Tabata takes high for a ball.
When I first saw it, it was more out of the corner of my eye. And I'm sitting there thinking, that did he just have a Larry Walker moment? Did he just give somebody a souvenir?
Of course, Walker did that with 2 outs one time when he was playing right field.
You think that was a dead ball? He just throw it in the stands?
Well, the Pirates trying to mount a comeback here. Tabata takes on the inside corner for a strike. Tying run is on deck in the 9th. That's Lyle Overbay. Tabata trying to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate.
That was Dodger Stadium where Larry Walker in right field caught a ball over by the stands, thinking it was a 3rd out, and handed it to a young man in the first row.
He had to go ask for it back.
It didn't matter then. Everybody got 2 bases. It was only the 2nd out, his catch.
This one just got away from Espinosa. Hello.
Yeah, he just flipped it behind him.
Ball and 2 strikes. Storen's pitch. And Tabata up in the air to short right field. McCutchen. Looks like he wants to tag. Worth the throw. Here's the play at the plate, and McCutchen is out. And Clint Hurdle's coming out to argue. And that's going to be the ball game. Washington on a double play. It looked like McCutchen was safe, but Kerwin Daniel called him out. And Clint Hurdle is beside himself down there.
Most likely a little too big of a gamble to take down by 3. And that run at that point doesn't mean a whole lot whether it scores or not. We needed 3 more. Tough way to end the game there. Boy, it looked like his knee was on the plate.
And McCutchen, who rarely shows any kind of negative reaction. That tag was way behind him. He fired his helmet to the ground right after this. He can't believe he was called out.
It was fairly close, though. I mean, I was watching there. It looked like the tag was behind him, but was his knee to the plate or not? It was close. We can see it. I can't see. Let's see where the plate is there. The AGH cam, we could see where the knee was getting to the plate. It definitely was a strong throw. It looked like it's in the air. See, is his knee on? No, he doesn't touch the plate with anything except his left knee. See, I think that was what the deal was. There was his left knee, not his right foot, that went for the plate.
Well, that's going to do it for our game coverage. We'll have plenty more on Pirates post game. Tomorrow's makeup of Friday night's rainout will be a radio-only game. The homestand continues Tuesday night on Root Sports as the Bucs welcome in Freddie Sanchez and the world champion Giants. Pitching matchup will feature Matt Cain for San Francisco, Charlie Morton for the Pirates. Your time to root begins with a pregame show live from PNC Park beginning at 6:30. Then Bob Walk joins Greg Brown for the call at 7 right here on Root Sports. For Bob Walk, Lacey Collins, and our entire Root Sports crew, I'm Tim Neverett. Stay tuned. Pirates post game is next right after the break on Root Sports.